Okay, so a bold claim in the title of this video. Can Songbird make a 3,650% plus gain in 2023? Bold claim. Let's see if we can back it up with some data. So here we've got the market. Just coin market cap data basically for Songbird and the F assets, circulating supply, token prices and market cap. And then in this column we've made a guesstimate about what could be minted as S assets or F assets. So a simple guesstimate of around 1% gives us this value here, and to reach our collateral ratio on Songbird we need to times that by 2.5%. So for this amount to be minted in F assets it would require this much collateral. So there we've got a guesstimate of what value could be required from Songbird in the near future. But next we need to calculate how much Songbird is going to be used for this collateral, another guesstimate. So up here we've got some parameters. Currently we have a 60% participation rate in Songbird on the network. So that's people buying and selling NFTs, using DeFi, providing liquidity pools. So let's assume that that's not going to stop. We know that 100% of Songbird isn't going to get locked up as collateral. So let's assume that 60% is going to be busy in the markets and the remaining 40% can be used as collateral. So we'll go with that 40% number, around about 4 billion. And if we take the amount of collateral required and divide it by the tokens that would be available for collateral, that's what gives us our 3,650% rise from the current price of just over a penny all the way up to 47 cents. So that's the logic. If you think these numbers are wildly inappropriate, then please do let me know, comment. I'm more than happy to recalculate. More than happy to play with the numbers and then re-record and see where we end up. I think it's a great margin for growth. Let's say I'm wrong and it only goes up to 20%. You're going from just over a penny to over 20 cents in a very short space of time. So this is a utility run. We're creating demand. Well, we aren't. Flare and their magical protocols are creating this small demand which boosts the price by a huge number. But not such a huge number that it's unrealistic. If this were the token price and this were the market cap today for Songbird, that would put it 18th in the rankings. We're not talking about toppling Bitcoin. We're not talking about ruffling feathers in the echelons of the top 3 or top 5 or whatever. This is a conceivable growth through utility and puts it in a very conceivable place within the market. Just a bit of devil's advocate. Let's see, just for fun, how much we would need to mint if we wanted to lock up the entire Songbird supply. So if tomorrow we could start minting F assets and we minted just 0.27% of XRP, that would devour the entire market cap of Songbird at the current price. 0.27%. Same if you did 0.02% of Bitcoin, that would devour 100% of the Songbird market cap as of today's prices. So tiny fractions of these assets need to be minted to swallow up the available supply, forcing the price to go up. And I think getting up towards 40-50 cents is quite achievable. But like I say, I'm more than happy to change these numbers if anyone's got any sound rational argument that it should be changed. The only section we haven't been through is the FTSO calculation. So currently we've got this reward rate. If you had 100,000 tokens at today's prices, so 100,000 tokens would give you about 590 Songbird a week, and that's about 40% a year dollar wise. And then at the new numbers, at the increased price, obviously everything goes up and it looks fantastic. So if you were to put in around £1,000 today, then with these numbers you'll be earning this much next year. I say next year because we have to consider the timeline that's before us. So let's have a look at that. Here we've got the Flare roadmap. Start off with the Songbird roadmap. We're already soldiering on through all this. and we are here now. We're waiting for the F-asset launches, the bridge launches, the real utility to come in, the real collateral requirements to lock up those tokens and create a high demand. If we come down to the Flare roadmap, it gives us a little bit more detail of where we are. So Flare has launched. The token airdrop will be coming on January 9th. We know that now. The governance vote is definitely going ahead. So after 2 weeks from the airdrop, we'll see the tokens released by the exchanges. Then the governance vote can take place, which is again another few weeks. And then that gets us here, ready for the assets. So it's conceivable, end of February, mid-March, we'd be here, and the next step just relays into utility demand. So early next year. My only stumbling block, my only concern is that this governance vote could drop the price of Songbird. Anyone well versed in Songbird and Flare will realise that the rewards from the governance vote are pretty steep. If you're holding a lot of value on Songbird, maybe you'd want to sell some of that and get more Flare, because the governance vote really does offer a big payout later down the line. And the earlier you get in, the bigger the payout. So potentially the beginning of the new year, when the governance vote is in full swing and everyone's talking about it, maybe we see quite a dip in Songbird. But that's just a stone throw away from utility and demand. So I won't be selling any. I will have Flare from the airdrop, so I'm just going to let that ride and stick with Songbird. Because I hope that these numbers are not out of question. I think they're good. I think even if we tweak them, even if we have to move things around and this only goes up to 20 cents or so, it's still a mighty gain, a meteoric rise, a mighty gain. So yeah, what do you think? Do let me know. Do comment, please subscribe, please share, please like. Let's see if we can kind of hive mind these numbers and come to an agreement on where the price will go in the short term. Thanks for watching for now. I'll be back later. Toodle pip.